In the center of the room, you see on top of the rug, kind of against the wall between the two windows, is a large canopy bed. Very beautifully carved from dark wood. Has almost like a purple cloth and silk canopy that drifts down around it. And on the far end, you can see now against one of the tables is Lady Briarwood is currently taking jewelry off of one of her arms, while Lord Briarwood is right by the bed, holding on kind of the post, like he's kind of just walked over that area.
They're both at the bed?
They're both at the bed,
right.
and they're both looking in your direction.
I got a 25 for stealth?
Yep.
Yeah, didn't work.
Both looking in your direction.
All right. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I heard a noise in here. I work for the city. I apologize. That was really stupid. As you were.
Make
a
in. Deception check.
Sure. I'll use my last luck of the day. Did it do it? Same thing. 9, 11.
11?
Yeah.
Lord Briarwood goes,
Oh, well, that's all right. Not to worry, in no serious rush. Isn't that right, my dear?
and she kind of looks over, she stops taking her jewelry off and turns.
Yes, of course. As you, a man who works for the city.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do for the city, if I may ask?
Oh, I'm a guard. I mean, there's not really a name for what I do. I work for Uriel. I'm security, ma'am. And I thought I heard noise in here. And I heard a body fall, I thought. Sounded like a body fell.
They both kind of step a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at you.
I'm backing up as I'm talking. I'm right at the door.
You're back up to the door right there, and...
I didn't shut it behind me. I just kind of cracked it open.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
Lady Briarwood goes,
Yep.
You look strangely similar to a gentleman we just had dinner with.
That's crazy.
It's uncanny how similar you look.
Yeah. And I run. I ran.
you get to make a wisdom save, is what you
Jenga! It's not good. It says it's an 8.
You turn to move, and your muscles tense up as you're unable
they're holding
to
you.
physically move.
This is awkward, ma'am. I'm just trying to do my job.
You're halfway through the doorway, stuck in place, as she keeps walking forward now. You know, curious look. Lord Briarwood kind of comes and flanks you from the other side.
You try and flee. I'm merely asking you questions. Come, let us discuss in more private quarters.
And you feel the hand of Lord Briarwood slam on your other shoulder.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You look delicious.
And he pulls you into the room as she closes the door behind. And that's where we're going to end.
Why? Why do you do these things?
Jenga! We have a safe word for a reason!
Jenga! No!
That's cool.
Save Vex.
Let's play, Matt. Let's play.
So,
Oh my god.
Vex.
Oh my god.
Like I need pop.
Your muscles locked in place, sweat beginning to bead down the front of your forehead. The realization of the immediate danger you put yourself in, washing over you. You can see across the way, kind of in the dark candlelit area of the room by the canopy bed, is Lady Delilah Briarwood, hands still out, kind of smiling at you. Immediately to your left shoulder is Lord Silas Briarwood, who has leaned in and is actually pulling you away from the door now. You're skidding across the ground. As he shifts you, your legs unable to actually move. As he pulls you forward, the Lord kind of whispers in your ear.
You are a curious one, and not quite gifted with the silver tongue. Foolhardiness is not becoming of a guest of the Briarwoods.
For a moment, there's this kind of pause, this tension, this silence, and Delilah, Lady Briarwood, kind of puts her hand out further and says,
Yet, my love, we are not here to make enemies, nor raise suspicion. We are merely protecting ourselves from intrusion.
Isn't that right? As she looks at you and looks immediately to your right, where you can feel just the general presence of Lord Briarwood. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
First roll. Not an unimportant one. Not at all. First roll of the night. Could kill Leaf.
No. That's good.
18.
Hey.
It's an 18.
What was
You're
that?
so demure.
How much?
You're saying.
I'm frozen.
18.
You feel your muscles relax, and the sweat that is still brimming across your face, you feel for the first time in these moments that seem to just stretch on forever, you have control of your body. Though you do feel the hand of Lord Briarwood right on your shoulder, who now at this point, as you become conscious of the fact that you are in control of your physical form, his voice comes very heavily, the bass kind of kicking into your left ear.
Indeed. We do require allies. I would have you prove friendship.
And as he kind of takes and moves his shoulder away, you find yourself kind of torso moving towards him. You lock eyes with him. And he has this kind of knowing grin, his lids taut slightly with this kind of condescending sense of knowing. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. You do, I believe, get an advantage on those.
That is a 21.
21. You feel there's an extension of just the sheer force, some unnatural force of charisma that attempts to penetrate beyond the usual slippery mind that, Vax holds to such a high esteem.
It's difficult to use.
I'll help you next time.
However, you manage to resist it and feel it wash over you as the slight tingling vanishes and the effect is left you unaffected by whatever he was attempting to try.
Ooh.
There's a brief moment as he kind of looks you over.
What do you need?
Yes. That's so smart.
There now. Be a good boy.
Looks over. I need you to make a deception check.
Great, that's 15.
15, okay. Kind of gives you a look.
Very well. Apparently the help was not very helpful.
At which point you hear this a fast knock at the door, and you hear a voice go, "Are you all right? Is everyone all right?" behind the door. At which point, Lady Briarwood just kind of does this with her finger, and the door swings open on its own. The guard that ran after your belt is standing there holding the groggy, just slightly coming to second guard that you knocked out. And as he kind of pulls him towards the door, he looks over and sees this, and he drops him and goes for his weapon, and Lord Briarwood puts his hand up and goes,
Do not worry. We're just having a conversation. Close the door and get him up.
"Yes, not to worry, sir." And he closes the door, and you hear the scuffling behind the wood of him kind of adjusting and waking up the guard who you had clobbered in the side of the head, getting into consciousness. So they're both kind of just looking you over. And Lord Briarwood's kind of just walking back and forth and keeping a very keen eye. He kind of walks between you and the door as you stand there, almost like he's waiting for a reaction of some kind, for you to initiate something.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What can I do to help? I'm pretty meager a servant, but anything you need, whatever you need. Gosh, you guys are good looking. This isn't that, is it?
You hear a throaty chuckle from Lady Briarwood across the. No, but
Oh.
what do you think, my love? Lord Briarwood comes up from behind, his hands on the back of your shoulder, and says,
Like we said, you haven't the gift of the silver tongue. But I applaud your effort.
Well, my mom and dad said I'm a real good speaker. They paid for like a tutor to teach me how to talk, and it's worked out really well for me in my life. So if you need like an ambassador or like a butler who talks, I could do that for you.
Lady Briarwood at this point is kind of a couple steps closer, still about 15 feet from you.
Yeah.
And he's right behind you,
behind
like
me.
between you and the door.
Yeah.
She steps forward and kind of looks over at her husband again and goes, "So, what do you think? Can we trust him?" And Lord Briarwood kind of leans forward and you can feel like his chin kind of peeking into your peripheral vision.
I'm afraid not. It seems.
Well, here's the thing you need to know about Uriel. And I take a step back.
Into him?
No, or
He's like
away.
behind
He's between
Away.
you and the door. Okay.
Well, does he hold me if I turn? Well, I just said that,
All
right?
right.
Here's the thing about Uriel.
As you go to move
try to
away,
pivot.
his arms that are on your shoulder
Yeah.
just kind of tighten, flex, and hold you in place.
Oh, you don't want to know? Okay, I'll just save that for later.
Roll for coy.
Go ahead and
Roll for what, Matt?
since okay, since I don't know what you're going to say, I'm going to say persuasion for this.
Persuasion.
I don't know if it's a deception or not.
Is the power out of the DM's hands for a moment?
Oh, I'm gonna use my last luck of the day.
Or the last one?
Last luck of
Last
the
luck
day.
of the day.
Oh my god.
Dude, walk away.
He's calling me. Okay, this is persuasion.
Yes.
That's 17.
That was a big die.
You could give me a. Never mind.
Oh shit.
Never mind.
You want an inspiration?
Huh? No.
What are you asking
I don't
for?
want shit.
What are you begging from the DM, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's why I said never mind.
Is it begging or is it praying at
No.
that point?
Yeah, it's great.
I'll give inspiration. when you
Hardly be one
goddamn
without
learn
the
it.
other.
So,
Yeah.
as you say that, you know, kind of looking at them with this coy look of information about Uriel, they both kind of chuckle in unison.
Shall we?
And she gives a nod and goes, "I think we shall."
Can I roll for initiative?
We're now rolling for an
Oh, what's happening?
Fuck! Yell! We didn't go.
Okay.
And you hear this little voicey.
Bon appetit.
That is going to be a... You take 6 points of piercing damage as suddenly you feel two extremely sharp, warm prongs jut in the side of your throat.
Oh, they are!
And that same cold sensation you felt across your torso all of a sudden begins to pull from the neck, and you feel as if the very warm blood around your throat begins to drain from it. You take an additional 12 points of necrotic damage,
Necrotic.
and your maximum hit points are currently reduced by 12.
Max.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
oh, they're sucking the life out of you.
Okay. That's a bonus action. I'm going to use cunning action, rogue's cunning action, to disengage, which means nobody can swipe at me if I run.
Correct.
Okay. There's a window. Last week you said there was a window to the courtyard.
There are two windows on each side of the room right there.
Okay. I am running straight at the window, and as I run, I just, past them. Don't go anywhere near her, and I'm using dash.
As your action.
Yeah, and I'm just leaping out the window and saying, Jenga.
Fireball! No, I'm just kidding.
As you run past, you can see there's this moment where it's almost like they're just kind of letting it happen. There's no momentary aggression or frustration to this as you dart and out the window, falling from the second story. Everyone else, you hear Jenga whispered through. Those of you who have the earrings on.
He's in trouble.
Game time!
Let's go.
Wait, where
what's
are you?
going on?
As you-
And now we hear
as we're-
shattering glass, don't we?
Do we hear
Not
it?
from this part in the palace. You're too far away from
I
it.
start running towards the door to grab weapons,
Me
and
too.
I'm saying into my ear, "Where are you? What's going on?"
I'm by the bartender saying, I ordered a large, please. Can I have a slightly larger one, please? What? Oh shit! Oh shit!
I turn it into, I'm gonna go eagle, and I start scouting the halls, looking for him.
Okay. 34 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
What? Already?
Yeah. As that happens, and as my consciousness fades away, I don't say anything, but here's what I think in a split second. Okay? I think of my friends that I've spent so much time with. I think of Keyleth. Beautiful. Walking under the trees. I think of my twin sister as a young girl, folding linens with our mother. I think of my sister as an adolescent in lessons, smarter than me. I think of the woman that she grew into, hiking over many, many, many miles together. My best friend, Exalia. And before I can think no more, I say a prayer to Sarenrae to watch over my friends and keep them safe.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. With that thought cast out, the darkness swallows your vision, and unconsciousness takes you into the cold, wet grass on the floor of the courtyard surrounding the palace. A small shiver runs down your spine, Vex. A feeling you haven't felt before. A feeling of sudden and immediate, sourceless dread. And in that instant, you know there is almost no time.
Can I use Hunter's Mark then and sense where Lady Briarwood is at that moment?
Yeah, she is actually, at this point, beyond the palace walls. You can sense, like knowing the palace wall, and you've been through this a while, you were expecting the second floor. It's that direction, but it's just outside the walls of the palace. And you guys just got your weapons and
I take off
just
running
getting to the
that
stairs.
direction.
Okay.
That's good, that's good.
Vex. You
on, Vex.
swing around the corner, just getting to the outskirts, and in the darkness.
Right as I get outside, if I could whistle, I would whistle. But Vex can whistle,
Yep.
and she whistles for Trinket.
You're not sure what Trinket is.
No,
you don't
but I
know
whistle
if-
for him.
You whistle for him.
He
Okay.
knows to listen for
All right.
it.
So, with your, do you want to get as close as possible to the fray?
Yes.
And I'd say as you turn the corner, Lord Briarwood above, kind of standing over what looks to be a small cluster of cloth. The source of the dread kind of takes over.
I scream, and can I attack?
You can, yeah. That was
Yes,
your
I
movement.
did.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Lightning arrow right at her face.
Don't miss.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's always
Alright,
it's a
shit.
weirdo roll.
Natural 20!
Yes!
That comes through your veins in an attempt of vengeance at what apparently seems to be your twin brother at death's door. You pull the arrow from the back of your quiver as you feel like the energy gather from the atmosphere around you. While the energy itself is like a blue crackling energy, you just see it as bright, vibrant, crimson red, and you release it with a scream towards Lady Briarwood.
And do I get another attack though? Yes?
You do?
Okay, then I'm gonna attack her through my blazing bowstring.
Yes!
Natural 20 again! Inspired by my brother!
You certainly invoked the fury tonight. Bro,
It's real.
moment to have it. All right, go ahead.
She loves me. She really
This is against Lady Briarwood.
Nice.
Follow up on that.
This is yes, of course.
All right,
it
go
is.
for it.
17 times 2 is 34,
Hunter's Mark.
plus his Hunter's Mark damage, which is another fucking 6.
Jesus.
40, no,
She
38
would like to
damage.
rage.
Oh my-
Much man.
You take 66 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As a sickly beam of black energy just streaks out from her finger, plows into your torso, and you feel as if your soul is temporarily pulled from a portion of your body. For a second there, your eyes glance past the threshold of death, and you manage to pull yourself back in.
Fuck are these people?
Son of a bitch.
The cold resonates through the rest of your body, and all of a sudden the temperature outside, which was already pretty chilly, now feels freezing cold. So, who wants to do
I'm
things
going first.
All right, what you
Fucking
got?
shit. I'll use my bonus action first to cast Healing Word on Vax.
Okay.
Oh, that Vax. Got bit by vampires, and his skin's turning pale and white. But don't worry, he's around the corner.
What's going on?
Here comes Scaling, everything's gonna be alright.
I'm going insane!
Consciousness comes to you, breath comes into your chest, and you can feel the cold, wet grass against the left side of your face. Your vision begins to clarify for a second, and you kind of look up over, and you can see immediately to the right of you both Lord and Lady Briarwood standing over you, kind of looking down with one half of their gaze, the other paying attention to this.
They're looking at me.
They're kind of looking down at you and kind of glancing at this slowly encroaching circle of assailants.
And I sing to Lady Delilah. Hey there, Delilah, won't you listen to me? Because I'm about to cast a spell on you. Ooh. Oh! Okay, so I'm gonna use suggestion on her. This is so stupid.
Okay. Okay.
I'm suggesting
Backs at your feet.
that she has an unquenchable urge to make out with her husband.
All right. You'd see she kind of glances up for a second at you, and like the presence of the actual shouting and the suggestion kind of coming through, echoing through the glass and out the other broken window. She kind of looks up, and you see parts of the shards of the glass are actually kind of shaking from your singing sound. The kind of harmonic resonance of the glass kind of catching your.
She doesn't feel even a little bit horny?
You gather that probably all given points of time, she probably enjoys being close to her husband, but not overcome with an uncontrollable urge.
She has a headache.
All right, first shot.
Against who?
Silas!
Yes. I got little goosebumps from that.
30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll.
Rock his shit.
It's about to feel so good.
God, Mercy!
Such a turn on.
Decleat this motherfucker.
You just get my.
These are the worst people we've ever faced.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
So that's the first shot. So as you, the shot echoing out across the night sky of Iman, Lord Briarwood, who is currently kind of staring down at you, is coming to consciousness, and you can see under his breath, he says, "Oh, there's no way out tonight, friend." And kind of begins to lean forward before the back of his shoulder is racked by a sudden impact. You see a cloth material just spatter out with some sort of dark crimson. Looks over his shoulder with anger, and you can see at that point, glistening across the moonlight, the sharpened fangs visible at the edge of his mouth. As it looks over...
Is he looking at me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm taking another aim shot at his face.
Okay, so use your second attack to reload.
As
Third
he's
shot,
reloading,
aim shot at the face while he was turning around.
As he reloaded weakly behind him, I go, "Hi, Percy."
That's 24 to hit.
24 to hit, will hit.
That's
Oh!
That's 28 points of damage, and he has disadvantage on all attacks for this round.
Yes!
So, as he turns around and glares at you, there's like a moment of clarity, and you can feel that familiar stare, that horrible glare, and the cowardice in you fights the moment of tension that you've been waiting for this sequence. As you load the weapon, he says it loudly enough for you to hear, but this voice now, you see Lord Briarwood says, "Would you look at that, dear? The pup yet lives." A big chunk of flesh is just blown off, and you can see the bone beneath.
That's
Mercy!
Percy.
With that, Vex.
Okay,
Vex.
so
Vex.
I want to click my boot. This is what I want to do. You tell me if it's possible. Click my boots of haste. Get up. Use disengage again, and then run like a motherfucker. Straight towards.
Yeah, you can probably do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it!
That's
Do
what
it.
I want to do.
Okay.
Straight towards what?
This is my sister, and as I run past, I share a very awkward glance with Keyleth. and keep going and just run and lock eyes with my sister and run at her.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm tip of the spear now. Jesus. How did that happen?
Convention door.
The top is Vex.
Kill some people, heal yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a healing potion. A superior, which is what?
15 would not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
I didn't hit her again, just because you're safe now,
So,
buddy.
as she stands there, kind of grinning, looking over this. They're both still amused by this whole circumstance. There isn't really a glimmer of fear in this. As the first arrow comes by, she kind of leans to the side, just dodges it a little bit. The second one comes towards her, and Lord Briarwood kind of deflects it out from in front of her and kind of gives you a look of like, "Don't you dare touch my woman."
Then I will inspire Keyleth. Yeah. Can you feel the blood tonight? That's it. That's all I got. All right, so you're inspired.
Thanks. I get a D10, right?
Yeah.
Percy.
Percy!
I'm going to take a standard walking speed, 30 feet straight ahead, swinging bad news back onto my back, pull the pepper box. Silas!
The first shot off the shoulder. The second one hits the same point where the bad news hit the arm, blasting off another chunk of flesh. And the third one, this time you can actually see the shadows tend to coalesce around him, and the shot just misses through the darkness and reforms into the physical form of Silas. As you're finishing your turn, you can see Silas's flesh is reforming and healing rapidly from the damage he's taken. Actual tendons are forming back up from the blast damage he's taken, kind of looking at you with this slight grin.
18.
18, all right. You feel like the actual wound from the blade is attempting to draw some force from your body, but you just flex and kind of whatever arcane enchantment is resisted. Turns around for a second swipe.
21.
Yeah, once again, just there's some sort of enchantment that's trying to pull from the wounds as it hits you, and you just kind of grin them off with this chuckle. A little bit, you get an attack of opportunity.
I do?
Yes, you do. With the hammer.
Yes!
All right, that ends his turn.
Then I'm gonna shoot my holy arrow through my blazing bowstring one more time.
Okay, go for it.
Come on. Here, let's go.
Holy arrow.
Where's my D? Hold on. 28.
28 does hit.
Okay, good.
So as the arrow impacts, he kind of puts up his cloak to kind of guard it in time. As it goes through the cloak, you hear this in pain as the arrow bursts, and as the cloak comes back, you can see this kind of burning sensation across the front of Lord Briarwood. Where the flesh was healing and sewing itself up, that has been halted immediately by the impact of the holy water, which is beginning to pockmark and burn his flesh.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. Then I'm gonna hit him again.
Second one shatters, and you can see now, like, part of the jaw is kind of hurt and wounded. There's kind of this wild kind of frenzy to his face, as you can see Lord Briarwood's starting to look a little ragged.
My dear, I fear it's time that we make our leave.
Make our leave?
She
They're gonna
casts
bamf. They're gonna bamf.
Cast Dimension Door. Both of them
Oh, shit.
out of visible range.
Wait. I turned to Vex. Vex, does your hunter mark tell you where they went? They just disappeared. Where'd they go?
fucking disappeared?
Yeah, where'd they go? Where'd they go?
Dimension doored out.
I do have hunter's mark on him.
On him, yes. You sense that they are not that far from you. They're around the corner where you guys came from.
I can teleport us there if
They're
we want to
right
walk through
there.
a tree.
Do we want to keep fighting them?
He's
or do
ragged.
Yes,
go,
we
go.
do.
We've
Okay,
got
yeah,
to get him.
let's
We've
do
got to
it.
get him now.
Percy!
Lead the way, Percival.
All
They're
right.
around the corner.
But I mean, how long is it gonna take us? Do we want to? I can probably teleport us through a tree, right?
That's okay, we'll just run.
They're right there.
As you guys rush around the corner, you can
It's a
see
big
on the
castle.
very edge of the cobblestone walkway, the carriage that they came in is now gaining speed and heading down.
Right now, I'm going to try and take out a
Car
wheel.
chase!
Take on a wheel. Take on a wheel.
Go for
Car
it.
chase!
Down close the
Gonna
gates.
take out a
You're
wheel.
really
Come
loud.
on, Percy.
Close the gates!
They're all no good.
27.
Seven hits.
come on.
Go ahead and roll damage on the wheel.
He's got a table.
The wheel splinters and is now coasting on the ground. The young gentleman who's currently on the top is looking over his shoulder, trying desperately to usher it away.
Well, then I cast it again.
So you cast the Sleet Storm again?
Yeah.
What's the range on it?
150 feet.
150 feet. Poof, the Sleet Storm lands down. The cobblestone becomes sleek. The carriage begins kind of rocking back and forth.
Rough terrain.
That is a 2.
Gah!
All right.
Nice call.
At this point, the carriage slams onto the side of the ground and skids to a halt in the middle of the ice. The sleet's still spackling down as you guys all have like turned the corner now as you approach. The gates have closed as the guards have slammed it, listening to Grog on the far side.
Yes.
The door kind of pops open. You can see now Lord Briarwood stands up and he's trying to compose himself, kind of ruffles himself angrily, looking at his damaged circumstance. Lady Briarwood's kind of against her shoulder, and she kind of goes, "At the very least, I think you should come visit us sometime, Percy. You're always welcome back home."
Turn your phone off!
She wraps her arms around him, and she whispers in his ear, "Shh, it's all right." And they both vanish in a swirl of arcane energy.
I want to walk over to the carriage driver.
Can you sense where they are?
You walk over to the carriage driver, who is currently on the ground. This young man who's horribly hurt. Part of his torso is burned, and he's like,
Don't look at the
trying to
Briarwoods,
climb away.
Dick.
Please spare my life. Please. I'm just... What do you want from me?
What do you know?
About what?
I shoot him in the right hand.
It's an easy enough hit. He's prone before you. 3 of his fingers are blown off, and the kind of bloody stuff shaking it. I'm sorry. Look.
You're from Whitestone, yes?
I am. You don't know what it's like. I have no choice.
Well, you do now. I'll reload again and put it on his left hand.
Please don't, please. The rest of you kind of gather, and you kind of step out from the edge of the window and make your way with the rest of the crowd, kind of watching this display on the front.
Frederick de Rollo.
Yes.
Where is he?
He's gone. He's gone, sir. I'm sorry.
Lady Johanna.
They're all gone. So they all...
Julius de Rollo.
No.
Vesper de Rollo. Whitney de Rollo. Ludwig de Rollo. Oliver de Rollo.
Your family's gone, sir. They were taken. They were killed. I'm sorry.
You will tell us everything you've seen.
They'll find me, sir. They'll kill me.
No, they won't. Because I will kill you first. Tell me what you've seen.
And with that, we're gonna go to break.
You're not dead! Yay!
Told you! Thank you for not dying.
Hopefully you won't turn into a vampire soon. You did get bit. Stop
Yeah,
it.
I know. I have to do it.
Having a bad day. The broker was not prepared for Vox Machina.
Okay. Before I start to do anything, I'm going to look at him and look him in the eye. Let's see. What is wrong with you? Don't you see there's nothing here for you? Run away before you die. There is no option, and I'm just going to start unloading. Natural 20.
Damn, son!
Pepper box.
What is wrong with you?
Percival to something Rolo the Third, you badass motherfucker.
That's 16 points of damage.
All right.
Blowing an action surge. I'm firing 3 more times.
3 more.
That's
Unfair.
25.
Wow, where's Percy? And the head.
That's 10 points of damage plus 4 points of fire damage.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
And a sharpshooter shot, that's 22. That's 21 points of damage. Another sharpshooter shot with ice fire. And finally I get the breakdown on that one. I actually have the gun jam.
Misfire?
And I put it away. So I'm out of. All right, I don't have any more actions.
That's okay. First and foremost, how do you want to do this?
See the nostril? The little nostril flint.
I didn't feel bad for him.
Okay, I'm gonna do something weird here, and I'm gonna hold you on to this. I'm gonna get a little weird, and I'm just taking straight chest shots, and I'm just firing chest shots, and I'm just making a hole the size of a baseball in his chest. And as it happens, as I keep unloading, the gun still breaks, and I'm still pulling the trigger. You fool! Your soul is forfeit! Die! Die! I'm gonna look at the other two and start pulling out my bigger gun.
Oh shit.
Make an intimidation check with
And
advantage.
putting on the fucking mask.
With advantage.
With a D6 inspiration dice.
It's a bad day to do your job, son.
He's putting the mask on.
With a D6 inspiration.
And advantage. With
Oh,
advantage. And a D6.
Oh, this is
Yeah, take that one.
embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing.
17.
Wait,
intimidation 17 and 19.
Where's the pool?
Okay.
So mask, gun, fuck it.
Like standing there, smoking giant hole, center of tombstone style, in the center of the chest. Or no, there would be no dripping, except for the cauterization of the heat rounds that exploded in his chest. It is just a blackened, cinderous tube where once there was a chest cavity. The broker kind of just falls onto his back with this smoldering spiral of black smoke pouring forth from the chest wound on the ground. As you stare at the other two, kind of screaming that out, you can see the old woman who's still on the ground,